Hello, this is Catherine Marie, and you are listening to Long COVID Real Talk podcast. Before I get started, I just wanted to let you know ahead of time that my brain's not working so well today, and I'm having a hard time making my thoughts make sense and just word finding. And just in general, I'm a little worried that this episode is not going to be as easy to listen to as other episodes when my brain is working better. So I apologize in advance for that. Recently went to New Orleans. My really, really, really good friend from college was going to a conference there, and she has two littles, and they're about the same age as my little. So I was talking to her about her trip, and then out of the blue, we just decided that I should come with, and I may have even invited myself. I don't really remember, but it was one of our crazy ideas that we just made off the cuff that we've been doing since we were in college. And I was about to run out of points or credits for a plane ticket, so I used those really quick before they expired. I bought a plane ticket to New Orleans, and the time that I was in New Orleans was lovely. We spent the evenings together, and the entire day, both days I was there, I just slept like pretty much the entire day. It was great. We went to the outlet stores, and I was a little nervous about being able to walk that far. And I did not bring um, a scooter. I did not bring my scooter with me because it broke, and we ended up having to return it to Amazon. So I was going without a scooter and just kind of walking and trying to rest when I was feeling really bad, and for a while until I could kind of get up and walk a little more. Um, I was a little worried about overdoing it, but I don't get to see my friend that much, and I really didn't want to limit the time that we had together that much. So I think I pushed myself a little too hard, but I can't imagine doing a trip and not being able to go and do things with my friend. Just, I don't know. So I came home and my legs swelled up um, a decent amount, and that hasn't happened since the really long road trip to see one of my sisters a few months ago. And I used my, compression stockings, and I've just been sleeping, just a lot of sleeping since I came back from New Orleans. And it was really fun, and I would do it again because it was nice to get a break from the regular routine of life and to just have some alone time. If you have ever been or are currently a parent of a small person or small people, you know that you don't have a lot of alone time. The one thing that I really, really appreciated was being able to take a shower without being interrupted, and also to go to the bathroom without being interrupted. Especially the bathroom. That's a big one here because I usually shower after our little one goes to bed. I usually shower at night, and the bathroom is definitely the time where as soon as I need to go to the bathroom, there's some emergency that is dire that I need to immediately come for. And I try to explain that I'm going to the bathroom. I'm sure you can imagine this scene. It's not pretty, and it's frustrating. So it was just really nice to be able to go to the bathroom anytime I wanted, and nobody was, trying to get me to hurry up and do this or that or whatever. So that was nice. And I love traveling. I actually spent a little bit of extra points because, like I said, I had the points and they were going to expire. So I got Economy Plus. So I actually had more foot room than usual, which was really cool. And I thought to myself, how have I ever flown without having this extra foot room? Because I am pretty short to average. I'm a little over 5'4", and my hands are huge and my feet are huge. So my feet are always getting, like just I'm tripping over my feet in the aisles of an airplane. Sorry, airplane. Yes, airplane. So yeah, it was nice to have the leg room. I think that's all I wanted to say about New Orleans. Just I had a really nice time. It was great to see my friend, and it was great to have the alone time and just a little break. What else did I want to tell you guys? Like I said, I had a lot of post-exertional malaise when I got home, and I'm still not all the way through with it yet, I don't think, because I still have had to sleep pretty much all day, every day, for the last, well, since I got back, basically. But again, I would do it again. It was fun. So the other thing I wanted to talk about briefly is just the holidays. The holidays are hard regardless of what's going on in your life, but I just feel like these are particularly difficult because my husband is out of work right now. He starts his new job next month, and I don't know when I'm going to be retired. And when I do retire, I'm going to get another pay cut. And that worries me because I need to figure out how to live on less. And it's funny, long COVID doesn't really allow that because nothing is covered. No treatments or medications are covered because there's nothing FDA approved for treatment of long COVID. So we have to pay for everything out of pocket. I am going to try to take myself off of any supplements that are not prescribed because they're really expensive, and the medication that is prescribed is expensive enough. I should just focus on what's prescribed and let the rest of it go, I think, and just to simplify things. So um, I'm finishing out the supplements that I have, and then I'm going to just focus on the prescribed medications. So the medications that I have for the anxiety, depression, and ADHD, I was on them all before, and then the meds had to be increased after I got long COVID because it completely screwed up my head just so bad. I know you guys understand. But it just did a number on me and like just emotions and all that stuff. So now I'm taking those medications still. I'm taking the Valtrex or Valciclovir that the infectious disease doctor prescribed. I really, really, really like Valciclovir. I haven't had any side effects from it, and I feel like the intensity of the fatigue that I have is not as dire as it used to be. And now when I'm laying on my bed and I'm passed out, you know what I mean? Passed, like just when you're super heavy and you just can't move, I feel like I can now get myself to move if I work it up, if I work myself up to do it enough. Like, okay, you can do this. You can do this. You can move your leg and move your arm and get up to go brush your teeth or go to the bathroom or eat some food or something. So I feel like in general, the Valciclovir has been really great. And the other thing that I've noticed about it is that I've had much like my temperature was usually 99.5 to 100.4 every day for the vast majority of the time that I've had long COVID. And since starting on the Valciclovir, I have a very normal temperature most days, like 98.6. just really regular temperature, 98.4. And I don't feel hot all the time like I used to. And in fact, I need to, instead of running around in t-shirts all the time when it's cold outside, I now have to wear a sweatshirt, which is great because that's what normal people do that don't have issues with maintaining their body temperature. So really like valsiclovir. I'm really glad I went to go see the infectious disease doctor about that. And then the cardiologist put me on nifedipine for blood pressure, just how it just goes all over the place, like the dysautonomia, and the Carvediol for my heart rate, because my heart rate is, well, for example, I didn't take Carvediol until later this morning because I ran out and I just got a new refill, and I was eating some cereal in a bowl and my heart rate was 120. So Carvediol is a medication that helps to lower the heart rate. So instead of 120 beats per minute while I'm having cereal, it's hopefully more like 70 or 80 tops. So anyway, those are the updates that I wanted to give just about the meds and the trip to New Orleans. And thanks for getting through this episode if you've gotten through it already, because I know I can just tell my brain's not able to put things together like it usually can. And usually I have episodes in the queue so that if I'm not feeling that well, then I already have episodes lined up, but I don't have any lined up because I've been working on trying to have more guests on the show. And having guests on the show is much more work than if I just make an episode in my bed. I will be continuing to try to have more people share their story on the podcast. I love listening to everybody's story. I love talking to them. And I love sharing their story with other people so that other people are not alone. They don't feel alone. That is what does it for me. That's what makes me happy. So that's it for now. I'm going to try to do my best editing this horrific episode, and I will put it up for the queue for Friday. Please let me know if you want to share your story. I would love to have you on the podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe so that every time a new one pops up, you get to see it. And thank you again for listening. Okay, take care.